Hi, I'm Shauna from Island Skin Solutions. This Mother's Day, pamper a special mom in your life with 10% off gift cards of $100 or more. We're celebrating moms all month long, so this offer is valid for the entire month of May.
Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. We've got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional cost to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical-grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician, who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.
Paradise Dental's giving you the gas. Well, not that kind of gas. You already know that Paradise Dental has the most affordable coverage in the entire Marianas, and now we've got something special just for new customers. And now for a limited time, Paradise Dental is offering free gas vouchers for new signups for their coverage plan. If you sign up for a singles plan, you'll get a $10 gas voucher. If you sign up for a couples plan, that's a $15 gas voucher. And if you sign up for the whole family plan, that's a $20 gas voucher right after your first visit. So hurry down to Paradise Dental and sign up for the CNMI's most affordable dental coverage today. These gas vouchers are limited, and with smiles like these, you know they're gonna go fast.
On the eve of peace talks, I'm Daria Albinger, Fox News. A day before scheduled negotiations, Ukraine's launched a drone attack on Russia. A Ukrainian security official says it destroyed more than 40 Russian planes deep in Russian territory. The official says the attack took more than a year and a half to plan. President Trump is doubling tariffs on foreign steel to 50%. The nation's Treasury Secretary says it's going to help the U.S. workforce.
President Trump announced last week at a U.S. steel facility in Pennsylvania that he would double tariffs on foreign steel to 50%. That, he said, would keep steel from abroad from coming into the U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent on CBS Face the Nation said American workers will benefit.
Their jobs are secure. Yep. There's going to be capital investment, and the number of jobs is going to be grown around the country.
The president also gave more information on a $15 billion deal for Japanese-owned Nippon Steel to buy U.S. steel, saying the company would still be controlled by the U.S. The president did not say how that would work. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
The acting director of ICE is pushing back on what he calls unwarranted criticism.
In a post on his official Instagram, San Diego Democratic City Councilman Sean Elo Rivera wrote that ICE agents are carrying out raids on illegal migrants under the false pretense of safety and that their actions are state-sponsored terrorism. On Fox and Friends Sunday, acting ICE Director Todd Lyons pushed back, saying the comments put his agents at risk.
We should be supported, not being called Nazis, not being villainized.
He added that ICE is currently averaging 1,600 arrests per day, a number he expects to go up. Critics of ICE say that mass deportations have led to the arrests of people with no criminal records.
It's Fox's Kevin Uretsky. America's listening to Fox News.
Hey, I'm Trey Gowdy, host of the Trey Gowdy Podcast. I hope you will join me every Tuesday and Thursday as we navigate life together and hopefully find ourselves a little bit better on the other side.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcast.com.
Shooting at a house party in a quiet North Carolina city left one person dead, almost a dozen others wounded. Police were called to a home near Hickory, about 60 miles northwest of Charlotte early today, where they found the shooting victims. One person is in critical condition. Police say it appears that those who attended the party were local high school students. No arrests have been made, nor, they say, have authorities released any information on suspects. A search is on for a plane which crashed into Long Island Sound, not far from Tweed New Haven Airport in Connecticut. The FAA says the Piper had 2 occupants on board when he crashed early this morning. Coast Guard recovered both of them from the crash off the coast of Branford near the Thimble Islands. They've been taken to Yale New Haven Hospital this morning. The FAA is investigating. It's first day of the Atlantic hurricane season, and the government thinks it could be a busy one. Fox's Evan Brown in Miami.
Being ready for a hurricane is not something only about which coastal dwellers should worry. Officials are starting to warn more often about inland flooding as opposed to coastal inundations.
Up through 2012 or so, storm surge was responsible for about half of the U.S. fatalities in tropical storms and hurricanes. Since then, it's down to about 10%.
Michael Brennan, the director of the National Hurricane Center, says last year's Hurricane Helene's flooding in North Carolina proved again mountainous communities are also at risk to cyclone impacts.
Catastrophic flooding and landslides to areas that don't often get those kinds of impacts, but that risk is always there for that kind of heavy rainfall to play out over that region.
In Miami, Evan Brown, Fox News.
You can hear more on Monday's edition of the Fox News Rundown Evening Edition podcast. By the way, Atlantic hurricane season runs through November. This June, the Fox News Radio Network is celebrating 20 years of breaking news every hour, every day. For more headlines, go to foxnewsradio.com. I'm Daria Aldinger. This is Fox News.
It is time to take
is your
the
local
quiz.
pharmacy serving
5
customers
questions in
in
less than 5
Cagman,
minutes.
Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
It's a brand new day in the Marianas. Coffee's hot and we're full of promise. So say it on the teeny and feel the glow. We've got the stories you wanna know.
Good morning, Marianas! And it is morning, because we're here in Saipan again. Good morning, everybody. Great to be back here, and holy cow, what a day, what a start, what a weekend, what a lot of travel, holy smokes. But we are back here live in the 670 in our studio. Holy cow, it seems like it's been forever. But anyway, it's great to be here. Great to see you guys. I see you guys in the comments already. I got some messages on WhatsApp. You guys are just the best. I love seeing you, and it's so great to be back here. And it's weird because I'm using air conditioning again. I haven't used that for about 3 weeks, and all of a sudden, bam! I'll tell you what, you get used to that cold weather out there in the mainland. It doesn't take too long, and all of a sudden, you are definitely indoctrinated into the cold weather over there, and I got it. I mean, I was definitely used to not being cold, or actually not being warm all the time. You know, like needing to go outside to warm up. No, I had to bust back into the house and get used to that again. I was not ready for it when I first got there. I can tell you that for sure, but I'm glad that I'm here again with you guys, because man, I'll tell you what, it's awesome. As I'm searching, it just, even by the way, finding everything back here on the board again is interesting. I'm telling you, where is everything? Where are all the things? I don't know. Anyway, man, I want to say a big holidays on Tiro, and welcome to the show for all of you guys out there who are just tuning in this morning. My goodness. You guys, it is great to see you. All right, well, Dennis, good to see you this morning, man. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad to be back, for sure. Toba Castro, my man. I am great to see. It's great to see you, dude. I'm telling you, it is. I can't believe it. Like, you guys, I'm telling you, the way as fast as those last 3 weeks went, and there was so much jam-packed in it. I was talking to my folks this morning, like, I can't imagine being the CEO or the president of a country with everything that we just did in the last 3 weeks. And imagine that being your day. I mean, that's it. Or I guess that's kind of like just being Kim over there in Washington, D.C. How does she do it? I don't know. But I'll tell you what, you're going to get your steps in every day when you're in Washington. Good morning, Caleb. Thanks for tuning in. Great to see you this morning. Bruce Camacho, the man, the myth, the legend. Great to see you, my man. Mariano Iglesias. Man, great to see you. I can't wait to hear more about what's going on down in Garapan. I know that was part of the talks over there with you guys, even though I don't remember hearing your name mentioned in the State of the Commonwealth. I know they talked a lot about what you guys were doing. I bet you had a hand in getting that update. John William, Lesser Moi, great to see you. And it is good to be back, man. It is good to be back from Buffalo. And, you know, I brought back some stuff for the kids. And Kathy, for sure. And that was not an intentional clearing of but one of the things that I brought back was one of my favorite things about going back to Buffalo. It's a peanut donut. It is a peanut donut from Tops Supermarkets. Tops never stops. I know I have been converted into a Wegmans guy on my last trip. But Wegmans, too high. The camera's too high? Probably. I think that's probably what you're telling me. Yeah, I know. I look like I'm about 5'3". I'll change it when we take the commercial. Unless my volumes are too high, too. That might be what you're telling me. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, maybe that's it. Boom. There you go. Is that better? I think that's better. I think that's probably what you're talking about. Either way, it could be both. But definitely I could see that it looks like it should be better now. It should be more background noise. So, excuse me. Yeah, getting settled in with all this stuff again is a little bit wild. You know, you got all the setup and all that other stuff, but it looks like I'm really low, huh? So I'll worry about that camera here in a little bit. But I brought back that peanut donut from Tops, and it made it all the way from Buffalo to Washington to Tokyo to Guam and back to Saipan. And my kids loved it. They now know one of the fine delicacies of my hometown is the peanut donuts from Buffalo. I know they didn't try everything, but the peanut donut. I did get a little crumb of it, though. I did get a little crumb. I ate plenty of them when I was there. Can you tell? I got my face a little bit rounder. For sure. Give me a little bit of time. I'll work on that. I am. You know why I'm going to be working on that? Because I am going to be working over at Laddie Built Fitness 24 hours a day. They're right down the street in Chalankanoa, and we are going to be there today for sure because, man, I got my gym bag packed. I'm ready to go, and I need it. Ate so much food while I was there. Josie, thank you for welcoming me back. It's great to be back. It is awesome. Louisa, oh my goodness. So great to see you, lady. Looking forward to seeing you guys in person. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever. I mean, it's been 3 weeks. 3 weeks. You know, it's just wild. Pat Aitamar. Hey, Lesser Moi, great to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Great to see you this morning. Yeah, Bruce, that's right. When you saw the mystery machine outside, that is awesome. Hey, I saw the background music comments way too late, but I got them now. But I am coming in, and I can see you guys now. So hopefully it's a lot better now. Man, is the background music still too loud? I thought I had it turned down way, 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 way low. You want me to even lower? Is that better? I want to have something on, but it's great to see you guys. The mayor's office is in the house. Great to see you guys. Great to see you guys. Gloria. Oh, my goodness. I'm tired of saying that I need to see it. I just have to. We need to do this. Like, we need to, you know, whatever our schedule is, I just need to see you, lady. I need to feel one of those Gloria Hunter hugs. There's nothing quite like them. It's true. And that smile. All right. Thank you about the music, though. Kurt Barnes. Yeah, hey, man, it's great to be back. I got to tell you, it is awesome. It is just great to be back and being a part of it. Oh, promotion for tomorrow. Tinnitus is not service connected. Fun stuff. It is. It is. Holy cow, DPL is in the house. The hardworking folks taking care of our public lands. Great to see you guys. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Man, I don't need any. But we'll be out along some of the public lands when we're covering the parade again this year for Liberation. We're looking forward to that. That's so much fun. It's great to be a part of it, and it's an honor to be a part of it. We get to see everybody having fun, and we're out there sweating and having a good time, and it's just a good time. Oh, man. Luisa says, congratulations to the All-Stars. Seniors head out to Guam on Sunday. Juniors and majors head out to Korea on June 20th. Holy cow. Little League. That's right, because we're a real Little League again. We get to do all this stuff. It is the Asia Pacific Regional Tournament, and that is great. Good luck to all of our All-Stars. Can't wait to see how you guys do. I'm so proud of all of you. And that goes for the players, for sure. The CNMI is cheering for you guys, and we're super happy for you and for your coaches and for your managers. We're wishing you guys all the very best. You know who else we're really cheering for? I'm very proud of. We're proud of you organizers for bringing Saipan Little League Baseball back to the Marianas. You know, we have had little kids playing baseball, but it was not in the official Little League program. You guys had a lot of work to do to make that happen. There are more hours than pats on the back that you guys get, and that's not fair. You guys do so much work for everybody else, and you're the ones who made it happen for everybody. Thank you for giving our kids an opportunity to continue the tradition and the sports history of the Marianas by resetting up that organization and getting our kids off island to represent the Marianas once again. You guys are hometown heroes. Saipan Little League Baseball, you guys making it happen. Great job. That is just fantastic news to come back to. So happy. Hey, folks over there at Hopwood, they've got their promotion ceremony tomorrow. Holy cow. I know what it's like. Well, because, I finished middle school. But my son just had his promotion ceremony from 8th grade. I missed it. I missed his birthday, too, during that trip. But I'm so proud of him, and I'm proud of you guys. You guys are going to be going to high school now. That's the big leagues. That's right. This is where you're going to start to find out about who you are a little bit as you're getting closer and closer to being an adult. And so am I. I'm getting closer to being an adult. One day I will be, and I'll tell you what it's like when I get there. Maybe you guys will get there first. Good morning, Pili Gazetmo, all the way in Guam. Man, great to see you. If you're making your way back to Saipan this summer, please let me know. Definitely want to hang out, and we have you on the show too, but not just like work stuff. Just to hang out a little bit, go grab a couple beverages and hang out. Maybe get a little fire by the beach and just hang out, man. A little barbecue. Bring the fam, and it'd be awesome. Oh, what else we got? Luisa says, and congratulations to the NSA Braves Majors for winning the Little League Championship. No kidding. Nativu Sports Association Braves from up north with an F in Tanapa. Those guys, man, those Braves, they've been playing baseball for decades, and it's great to see them doing well. I said, you bombarded my comments. This is what happens when you can bombard me with comments anytime, Luisa. Do it. Bring it. No problem. No complaints at all. At all. It is great. Oh, man. I'm telling you, so much happened. It was 3 weeks, and there was a ton of stuff that went on during that time, and there's so much stuff to update you guys on. But more than anything, it's just great to be here. And, man, I'll tell you, we hit the ground running on Saturday. It was a beautiful day. And you know what? Today is going to be a beautiful day, too. What are we looking at? Oh, I'll tell you. So we're looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms. Ooh, sounds scary, but it actually looks beautiful outside. Mostly cloudy skies, high near 87. Winds out of the east, 8 to 11 miles per hour with a 50% chance of rain. And as Landon Aylett, our meteorologist friend from the National Weather Service, tells us, whenever there's a precipitation on there, hey, just figure it's going to rain. It's going to rain. And that's going to happen today. Tonight, looks like we've got the same thing, scattered showers and thunderstorms. Mostly cloudy with a low around 78. Winds out of the east going to die down a little bit, but 30% chance of rain tonight. So you know it's going to be sprinkling. Faux show. Hey, man, I'll tell you what, speaking of the weather here, it was beautiful this weekend. We had this thing, it was backyard games, and it was over at the beach behind Crown. And what it is, we got one of the organizers, some longtime Saipan residents, put together like 6 sports. It is not crazy competitive. I mean, you try, but it's the whole thing is about getting folks together. You got about 10 teams of 6. There might be more than 10 teams. I don't remember how many there were. But 6 teams, plus there's alternates, plus there's other friends who just want to hang out. And just imagine, there was just a ton of people out there. It's kind of like Howley-Palooza. It was. You got, let's see, there was cornhole, there was spike ball, there was blind volleyball, which is a lot of fun. You're playing beach volleyball 6v6, but you can't see when the ball's coming because they put tarps over the net, from the net all the way down to the ground. You got to hear them say service, and then it's on. And if that comes over as an ace and hits the sand first, your team has to just chug a beer in 30 seconds or less. I think we're getting too good at that part of the game. We're going to have to reduce the time limit for each one of those. So on top of those sports, there's also coconut bocce, which is like bocce, but you're rolling coconuts. And you never know where you're going to go with that one. There's also frisbee golf. And I feel like I'm missing one other one. The paddleboard relay. Whoa, that's exciting. There's nothing but sabotage that happens in that one. It's basically a 6-person relay. You go out there, you do a loop on the paddleboard and back, and then you keep trading off. Somebody gets too much of a lead. Definitely, folks, get out there and cause a little bit of interference. And then at the end of it, again, and throughout the whole thing, there's beverages, there's food. It's just community and fun. And that was on Saturday. I literally hit the ground at 8:45 was the landing in Saipan. And then it was get home, unpack, shower, give out some pasalubong, and then sleep for a couple hours, and then to the beach. And that probably helped try to get me on schedule. Yeah, Luisa's like, glad you're back and you didn't even lose your tan. You know, I have a funny story about the tan. I was waiting at a pizzeria in Buffalo, and it was just a couple blocks away from where I grew up. And this lady, these 2 ladies started talking to me. They were like mom-age ladies. And, well, where are you from? I could tell you don't live around here because you have a tan. Like, nice. I didn't think I had one, but I definitely do. And then whatever I lost while I was there in Buffalo, I definitely got a bunch back this weekend for sure. Not so much yesterday. Yesterday was a bunch of time here in the studio trying to get ready for today. But, you know, hey, that's it. It is good to be back. It is great to be back. I do want to talk about this scholarship thing because there's only about a week to do it. And we got the information about it. It really is a great idea. And it's a great opportunity for folks here in the CNMI. Now, I know school is over, right? School is either over or it's almost over for all you guys out there, right? But I'll tell you what, if you want to get your kids some money for either a private school or you could get them set up like to start packing away for college, you can actually do it. Let me pull it up here right here. Actually, I have it saved under photos, I think, right? Bam, bam, bam. There we go. Yeah, I'll let you guys know about it too. So it's a scholarship. I got the application for it. And there's a press release that came with it too, right? But I think I did that as the, I'm going to pull that up just so you guys can see it too. You think that we maybe need to do some things here in the Commonwealth? You think maybe there's an opportunity for us to improve the economy? What is it that is going to save our economy? Well, we're going to find out from our students. At least we hope to hear about it from our students. Because Tina Azervan, she's got an idea. She decided, you know what? Let's not wait. Let's just do this. Let's come up with a plan, or let's encourage our next generation to come up with a plan to see if they can figure out how we can get out of this this economy, these doldrums that we've got going on right now. And so we do. we do have a great idea. Now, check this out. This is coming up on the screen for you here in a second. Because what I did have pulled up is the... now here, can I make this a bigger size so you guys can see a little bit better? Because that's really the plan. Yeah. Well, so I got it sent over as Google Doc. And, okay, no, let's just... I don't need all that. By the way... Google Docs and everything, I'm a big fan of, but I'm not a big fan of yet that whole Gemini thing that they've got worked in with everything. Have you guys had any experience with it? Have you been using it? I have not. And so far, not a big fan. I want to have AI when I want it. I don't want it to be like, hey, remember me? Like, I don't want you to be the paperclip guy that we got tired of seeing from those Microsoft notes, right? Do you remember the paperclip guy? All right, let me just get the camera on here too. And that's going to be the video capture device. Kapow. Boom. We are just seconds away from this, folks. Don't worry. I still got to remember how to do all this stuff. All right, so it's as a Google Doc. So this is what it is. So this is their actual press release that we ended up getting. So this is really great. So it's Tina Azarvan. So she is a tax attorney here, and she's been doing all kinds of stuff in the community, hosting different workshops and all this stuff, and she's just dynamite. You got to love her, right? Well, anyway, she's got this idea, a scholarship program to help support the economic recovery of the Commonwealth. Really, it's open up for kids in middle school, in high school, and college. And it doesn't matter if you're in Saipan, Tinian, or Rhoda. They need to get the word out about this, because they just extended the deadline till the end of the week. So you need to do this, folks. I'm telling you, you need to do this. You can win there's going to be five $500 scholarships, and one of them, somebody's going to get a $1,000 scholarship, whoever has the best. So here's what it is. I'll read this part of it. In response to the closure of over 100 businesses in 2024, the tax firm hopes to encourage innovation and support fresh thinking for the future of the CNMI. Scholarship program will include 6 scholarships to students across 3 academic levels, 2 from middle school, 2 from high school, and 2 from college. And it doesn't matter whether you're living in Saipan, Tinian, or Rhoda, you're all welcome to apply, and you can do that online. Now, the Azarvan tax law, they hope that by inviting the youth to participate in the economic recovery planning, new perspectives might emerge that could help diversify the economy beyond tourism and federal funding. How about that, folks? They're looking to our kids for their amazing ideas. So here's what you got to do. You got to submit your proposal and at least one new idea for the CNMI's economic recovery that does not rely on federal funds or tourism. Ooh, that's going to make you think, right? You've got to make it 1 to 3 pages, and they are pretty specific. They're like, it's got to be at least 12-point font. So you can't use like those 50-point fonts, so that takes up like just about all the page, right? No. And 1.5 line spacing. So basically, they want to make sure there's some stuff to it. And it's got to include the SWOT. Have you heard about that? No, not those guys. We're talking about strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. And that's how you do an analysis for those things. So you do that based on your idea, and you submit it to scholarship at azarvantaxlaw.com. That's the email address. And you got to do it by that. So check that out. 5 people are going to win $500. One person's going to yawn, and then another one, the 6th, is going to receive $1,000. All scholarship funds will be paid directly to the recipient's academic institution, or can alternatively be held in a trust for up to 18 months for future use. How about that? Moms, dads, if you're thinking about sending your kids to private school, that's a big win. No kidding, right? Hey, it's even good if you need it for your books. You need to get a computer. Imagine what you're going to be able to do for your student, right? Going to be great. So here's how it works. Submissions will be evaluated by a scholarship committee comprised of 3 individuals from Azarvan Tax Law and 3 independent parties from outside the firm. Each committee member will score applications independently, and final scores will be averaged to determine the to determine the recipients of the scholarship. Scholarship winners will be notified by the end of the month, June 23rd. All proposals submitted to the scholarship program will be shared with the applicable government offices. Pretty cool, right? And the top 6 will be highlighted. This approach ensures that even ideas that do not receive scholarship funding may still contribute to the CNMI's economic recovery planning. I love this plan. This is great. There's a company here who wants to farm the ideas of our youth. What are we not thinking about? We don't even know what we're not thinking about. Here's the carrot and the stick. All right, so here's how they're going to be evaluated. Innovation, feasibility, impact, and that analysis that we talked about earlier. So 30% of the whole score is going to be about how original and creative it is. 25% is going to be, is it practical? And can we really do it? Number 3 is 25%, again, a quarter of the score, is the impact that it can have, the projected economic benefits for sustainability, and how well you illustrate strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and weaknesses. No, wait, I said strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Sorry. I'll throw weaknesses in there twice. All right, so you got to do it. Now, it was originally, the deadline was on May 31st, but they extended it. So you have a chance. I'm telling you guys, you know how they have those raffles where you only see a couple in the bin and you know they're going to start doing some early in the night? That's the time to strike. This is the time to strike. There's not an overwhelming number that have gotten out there yet. And so this is it. Like if you got to write it for your kid, do it. Okay. I'm sure that is not the approved way of doing it. But what I'm telling you is the opportunity is there. Do not miss it. You could get yourself a great break for your kids' tuition or your kids' school supplies or that new computer. Maybe your kid doesn't have a computer. Maybe they're just using a tablet or their phone because that's all you got. And they've got to do it like that. Imagine your kid getting a computer now, right? I'm telling you, this is a great opportunity for you guys. It's a great opportunity for us too. Hell, my kids are going to do it. They didn't know about it. They're going to do it for sure, guaranteed. And if you're not doing it, you are missing out. Doesn't matter if your kids go in the public or private school. Saipan, Tinian, or Rhoda, this is your opportunity to do it. Don't miss out. And I'm telling you, you're going to love it too, because this lady, Tina, is awesome. And just the fact that they're doing this, it has to make you love these guys too. You can get more information from them. Just send them an email, scholarship@azervantaxlaw.com. We posted a story about it on the NMI News Service yesterday when we came in here. And so all the details are there. You can go to their website too, and it should be there as well. But there you go, folks. Don't miss out on this. Do not sleep on this. Especially if you're paying tuition, right? If you're paying tuition for your kids to go to school, this will help. And you have a great opportunity to win. The chances are very high that you can win. That's all I can tell you, is that based on the number of entries they have received so far, you have an extremely good chance for your kid to win. Yeah, Tobat, you're right. Tobat says she's been doing a lot of good things lately. That's no joke. She's been doing a lot of stuff. In fact, again, all these different activities that she's been doing in different tax seminars. She's done them on different islands, and she's gone out there to try to get the word out about what she can do and help you out. And now she wants to give away some stuff. Not give it away. This is going to be for kids who earn this scholarship based on their ideas. Plus, it's going to get people excited. I love it. I absolutely love it. So, not bad coming home to good news, right? I absolutely love this. So go ahead and check them out, azervantaxlaw.com. And, I'm not sure. I could pull up their website real quick while we're doing this. It should be on there too, azervantaxlaw.com. And again, we posted this on the NMI News Service already. So you can see it on our Facebook page. Just go to their website just to see if they have this. This is all their stuff. I don't know if they have this promo on here, but They might not have that on here, but that's okay. You can find it on. Again, go check our Facebook page for NMI News Service. It's there, and all the information is there, and it's great. So I'm telling you, do it. My kids are going to do it because that school's not going to pay for itself, you know. So go ahead and do that. All right, guys, it is 8:09 in the a.m. here on Monday, June 2nd. Oh, my gosh, there's so many things happening out here in the Marianas, and I'm absolutely stoked. Let's see if the new update is in. It probably is. Just wait for it to refresh here. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, my gosh, it is. That was fast. I am really happy about that. So we got the latest news update. Let's see who we got. Juan says, morning, Brad. I believe the CNMI is like the stock exchange, and as long as there's a buy and selling, then things are working, but it's crickets now. Oh, I hear you. Hey, Lloyd, great to see you. Good morning. Buenas, Lesor. Great to see you as well. Yeah, there's so much going on. Peeling says, our CNMI needs to remove casino investors and focus more on investors like SeaWorld and Disneyland. Man, you know, if we could do something like that, that would be cool. There's more people working at, I think, let's just find out. I have a thought. Let's see. Disneyland employees. Yeah, 36,000 cast members for Disneyland Resort. That's not all of them. That's the one in California, Disneyland. I don't know that we're going to be that big. I like the idea, though. I like dreaming big. And I'll tell you what, I got to show you some of this footage from Niagara Falls that isn't just the falls, where you see that they find the perfect blend between the flashy tourism stuff and the natural beauty and the culture and the history. They figured out how to do it in that one tourist destination. And of course, when you've got one of the wonders of the world right there, it's easy, right? You know people are going to be going there. Well, we do. We have a beautiful place that people are going to come to. There's a way to balance all of that. We can balance the power of the beauty and nature that we have here and the culture and the history that we have here. And we can even have those touristy, flashy things. I'll tell you what, though, Niagara Falls goes over the top. But they have a lot in common with us. You would be surprised. And I didn't think about it till I was there and thinking about it from like someone who lived here for as long as I have, right? But the Niagara Falls tourism destination has a lot in common with the Marianas. We both cater in large part to international tourism. People come from around the world to come to our place, right? We have a beautiful water place. Ooh, somebody's honking their horn like a hello kind of honking down there. It's a pretty massive water feature. Like it's a beautiful, we'll just call it like a beautiful natural beauty that we've got here. We absolutely do. Where we've got, people come out here for Managaha. They come out here for the water. They come out here for the diving, the snorkeling, the scuba, the beauty of Marpi. You name it. The culture and history. Well, people might not be going to Niagara Falls specifically for that, but you get it because they have statues up. They have the old style colonial era buildings and rich, robust infrastructure in those areas to make sure that folks are taken care of. And the other one is they have their flashy tourism place, their tourist traps, right? They've got like a giant Ferris wheel. They've got a roller coaster on top of a building. They've got a giant tower for observation, which, by the way, would be pretty awesome here if we had something like that. I'm not talking about like Tokyo Tower or something like that, but just a giant observation tower would be gorgeous. We kind of have one naturally in Mount Tapachau because you can see all around the island. What else? And you know what? We could learn some lessons from them. I'll tell you what. And their big tourism walkway, I logged a lot of steps. Let's just put it that way. Walking all over there. I ate a lot of peanut donuts. They're not going to burn off themselves. But I feel like every 100 feet, there were a pair of garbage cans. One was for garbage, one was for recyclables along their main walkway, which would, for us, that would be like Beach Road. A trash receptacle like every 100 feet or so. And then at the main places, they had like a great shopping center, right? And it wasn't, I mean, it was like touristy shopping stuff, right? I mean, they did have some of the high-end stuff like our DFS used to have and all that. But they also had like a lot of like Saipan stuff, you know, like it would be Niagara Falls stuff or Canada stuff. So for us, it would be Marianas stuff or Saipan stuff or Tini and Arota, right? And then they had that with like a real nice restaurant and they even let the tourism group, like the tour guide vendors have spots in there, right? So it's a place to escape from the rain or the heat or the cold, depending on what season it is. And even if it's not the rain, the mist that just soaks you if you're out there when the wind is going in your direction. So they had that really well thought of. And if we're going to be having that nice long parkway from Garapan all the way down to the Community Cultural Center in Susupi, that might be a thing. And when you get down there in Susupi, like we end up building something over there too. Like really that area where we're at, where we're going to do that Community Cultural Center, you build something over there like what we were just talking about, and that might be it. That might just be it. Anyway, that's what we've got about that trip. I'm going to show you a bunch of video of a bunch of photos. It was great. I'll calm down on the photos, but I'll show you more videos because it is outstanding. I loved the way they did it. And just through the eyes of someone living in a tourist destination and going there, it was great. Oh my gosh. We're doing great if we're getting spammed from whoever that is. Let's give them a ban. Banned from all live streams. Yeah, that's it. I don't know who your Dr. Ben is. All right. Juan says, we just got to market our assets better, but we lost momentum and haven't figured it out yet. You're right. 100% right. Good morning, Rose. Great to see you. It's great to be back. Ken Stewart, great to see you. Man, I can't. When you get back here, we got to talk. Now, we got to set this up so we can get you on Sip Happens for sure. Cade Manguerero, great to see you. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Wonderful to see you. And Layla Staffler, holy cow, our Secretary of Labor, my favorite Secretary of Labor. She's got to be the most active Secretary of Labor of all time. I'm telling you, she's great. Don't do anything else. Just keep doing that because you're great. I don't want to see you go anywhere else. I know you're probably going to do other great stuff. You're going to keep moving up and up and up again. But, man, you're just killing it. I don't think I've ever seen a more proactive Secretary of Labor. That's not a knock on anybody else, so don't feel bad if you used to be a Secretary of Labor. This really, though, it's more of a great job for Layla, and I think you're really raising the bar for what you're doing. Really. You get your hands dirty. You are in there. You are doing it. You are not a sit behind the desk lady. You are out there. I love it. You are great. Just great. Joshua. Oh my gosh. Hey, Josh, you sent me on my actual personal profile, the updates. But I'll tell you what, we posted some of what Joshua was doing. And he asked me, and I haven't done it yet. I'm going to take the blame for it because I didn't do it. But we posted this amazing set of photos that you posted recently, but you have your own official site also, and I got to promote that for you. I got to send it to myself on WhatsApp. In the meantime, let me scroll down just to show people what we're talking about, and then I will send it to myself on WhatsApp and pop it up here because you gave us your official QR code, right? Here, I'm going to share this to the QR code right now. Send it to... How do I send it? Really? I can't send it the other way? It's all right. I got another plan. Save image. Okay. See? I got it. once in a while, we can do this stuff here. But in the meantime, let's open this up. I want to show you guys this. This is something that we posted. This is some of these shots that Josh took. And, maybe let us know where that was, because that was really great. I mean, is that up at Bonsai? Because that's what it looks like to me. Okay, hold on. Let me send it to myself on the other one here. I'm going to send people, I'm going to post your QR code so that everybody can see it here. But look, like, this is amazing, right? I think that looks like it's probably Bonsai to me. And dude, this is the kind of stuff for us to market. Oh, maybe is that Forbidden Overlook? Look at these shots. These are incredible photos. This is homegrown talent, folks. This is Joshua. He gets people in shape and he makes them look good with their photos too. Just awesome, man. Just awesome. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pop your, let's go to the main camera here. And I'm going to put up your QR code here. I'm going to pop it up. Yeah, you guys need to follow him if you don't already. And this is the kind of stuff that we need to get behind as CNMI, like for our tourism and everything like that. So let's save this. Let's go here. And we'll put this under the community file. How about that? Bam. All right. You're just seconds away from being able to do this if you haven't already. Let's call this the JB1. I'm starting to feel my flow. I'm getting back to it. All right. Boom. Got to shrink it up a little bit, though. All right. So there you go. If you want to follow Joshua, you're going to be able to get it. Man, that's great. No, I think you should have said meow. I think that's better. Brazzle puts the dazzle in your eyes. That's right, and Atow. If you guys want to follow Joshua, this is where you go. You could just screen grab this, and then you can follow it on your phone a little bit later. But this is how you could promote one of our local guys who's doing some great stuff out here. Man, I'm telling you, nothing short of being an artist, an absolute artist. That is exactly what you are, man. You're doing great stuff. It says, where did you put it in? No, you didn't put it. Where did you take those photos, Josh? Because save for those headlights, there isn't any light pollution. So that makes me think of Bonsai Cliff. We'll wait and find out his answer in the comments. Dun, dun, dun. But that's exactly what it looks like to me. And, we'll go with that. Anyway, great stuff today. Just great stuff. It's great to be back. I'm gonna post this on its own on the page, Josh. I'm not gonna leave it up here too much, but that's gonna be it. That's where we'll post it on the page, and we'll let everybody know exactly where they can follow your actual page, Tinian Astro Dad. And man, but now you're in Saipan. So you're the Saipan Astro Dad. No, you're not. You're not. I get it. I think it's about time we take a quick break. Yeah, let's do it. We are going to take a real quick break. We'll come back. We'll give you the latest news update, our hourly news. We've got some great stuff that happened. We had a couple of folks who were featured in different places. We have someone who was featured in a podcast called All Across America. We're going to get caught up. There was another podcast that the FBI did last week about the Luke sisters. They sent that out to us as well. We got more communication between our Congresswoman and the folks over there in Tinian. And today, something interesting is happening today. I don't know if it'll happen while we're on the show. If it happens while we're on the show, I'll let you know. But if not, you're going to see it on our page today. something is going down, and I just can't tell you about it until it hits. You'll know it. It's a big deal. It is a big deal. Boom. And I think that's it for us to take a commercial. And hopefully I'll look a little bit taller when we come back. This is Brad. Did you get to make bison frittata? No, I didn't. I didn't make bison frittata. No, I didn't. Man, I didn't do some of the stuff I like to do when I go back because I'm telling you, I was cold. I was cold when I was there. Except for like 2 days, I was friggin' cold over there in the land of Buffalo. And I didn't catch a baseball game. Actually, I was going to. If my dad's surgery would have went the way we thought it was or hoped it would, we would have caught a baseball game my first Friday night there, and I would have been home a week ago. But that didn't happen. And then if my rescheduling of the flights would have went the way I had it for the first time, I would have been catching a Nationals baseball game in Washington. I didn't get to see that either. But that's all right. I got to see an NHL playoff game in person, and I got to play hockey while I was there also, which is an important thing for me. That's my little cultural thing that I need to do every time when I go back. Let's see if this is it here. Yeah. Let me see if I can show you one real quick thing before we go to a commercial. And it's a few outtakes that I'll send you. Hold on. That's what I'll do. I'll send you this little outtakes one, and then we're going to take a commercial. Hold on. I just got to find the right file for you. And I'm pretty sure this is it right here. And if it's not, yeah. And that's it, right? Nah. We're going to find out. I think that's it. 152. All right. Go to the Buffalo trip part. Go find 152. Which I believe is this one. All right. This should be complete with outtakes, and if it's not right...
And here we are at Niagara Falls. Well, at least that's the American Falls. And that's where it is. And here we are at Niagara Falls. Well, at least... And here we are at Niagara Falls. What you see over my shoulder here is the American Falls. They actually turned that part of the falls off years ago so they could do some rock blasting to make sure that a lot more of the... And here we are at oh gosh. And here we are at Niagara Falls. And here we are at Niagara Falls. Over my shoulder, you can see the American Falls, and you notice all the rocks below it. Well, that was from a big blasting event. And here we are at Niagara Falls. Over my shoulder is the American Falls. We're cold. And here we are at Niagara Falls. Over my shoulder is the American side, and those are the American Falls. Just to my left, though, is the Horseshoe Falls that people... Oh, okay, here we go. And here we are at Niagara Falls. Just over my shoulder is known as the American Falls, while we're on the Canadian side, that... And here we are at Niagara Falls. Just over my shoulder is the American Falls, and over here to my left is the iconic Horseshoe Falls. And I'm freezing my balls off.
Hi, I'm Shauna from Island Skin Solutions. This Mother's Day, pamper a special mom in your life with 10% off gift cards of $100 or more. We're celebrating moms all month long, so this offer is valid for the entire month of May.
Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. We've got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional cost to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often?
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical-grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician, who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.
Paradise Dental's giving you the gas. Well, not that kind of gas. You already know that Paradise Dental has the most affordable coverage in the entire Marianas, and now we've got something special just for new customers. And now for a limited time, Paradise Dental is offering free gas vouchers for new signups for their coverage plan. If you sign up for a singles plan, you'll get a $10 gas voucher. If you sign up for a couples plan, that's a $15 gas voucher. And if you sign up for the whole family plan, that's a $20 gas voucher right after your first visit. So hurry down to Paradise Dental and sign up for the CNMI's most affordable dental coverage today. These gas vouchers are limited, and with smiles like these, you know they're gonna go fast.
Will they still talk peace? I'm Daria Albinger, Fox News. That's what many are wondering after this latest turn of events between Russia and Ukraine. A Ukrainian official says the nation launched a drone attack on Russia with just hours to the start of the next round of negotiations with the hopes of ending the war. President Trump doubling down when it comes to imported steel and aluminum. He says it's to protect steel made here in America and American steelworkers.
Steelworkers are very happy. We did the tariffs. It's going to make them even more competitive.
President Trump is increasing the tariffs on steel and aluminum imports from 25 to 50%. He's imposing the bump despite a blow from the U.S. Court of International Trade, which found many of his other levies unlawful. An appeals court has paused the three-judge panel's decision for now, which ruled the president overstepped his authority when imposing country-specific tariffs like those on China, Canada, and Mexico. But the duties on steel and aluminum fall under a different authority. So the administration is moving ahead, just like it's continuing trade negotiations.
Fox's Madeline Rivera at the White House. It's a new record for certain immigrants to the United Kingdom.
New figures released Sunday say that just under 1,200 migrants arrived in England on Saturday in small boats from France across the English Channel. That's the highest number recorded on a single day this year, putting 2025's total so far at just over 14,800. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer is promising to crack down on boat arrivals by going after gangs and their smuggling operations, along with using better international intelligence sharing. Just under 37,000 people arrived in the UK on small boats in 2024, 25% more than in 2023. Paul Stevens, Fox News.
America is listening to Fox News.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
Hey there, it's me, Kennedy. Make sure to check out my podcast, Kennedy Saves the World. It is 5 days a week, every week. Download and listen at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
We are deep into commencement season, and along with the speakers, the protests continue on many college campuses. Fox's Connor Hansen has more from MIT's graduation ceremony.
People chanting the word shame during the graduation ceremony, a line of students storming out because of their class president's anti-Israel remarks during her speech.
You face threats, intimidation, and suppression coming from all directions, especially your own university officials. But you prevailed because the MIT community that I know would never tolerate a genocide.
And she wasn't the only speaker we saw last week accusing Israel of a genocide and praising campus protesters. Over at Columbia University, a group of faculty and staff hung banners at an alumni event. One of them read, quote, "We will fight back."
All of this comes amid the Trump administration's ongoing battle with Harvard, the White House accusing the school of enabling what it says is anti-Semitism on campus. Shooting at a house party in a quiet North Carolina city left one person dead, almost a dozen others wounded. Cops were called to a home near Hickory, about 60 miles northwest of Charlotte, where they found the shooting victims. One is in critical condition. Police say it appears those who attended the party were local high school students. No arrests have been made, nor, they say, have authorities released any information on suspects. The FAA is investigating the crash of a small plane into Long Island Sound early today, not far from Connecticut's Tweed New Haven Airport. There were 2 people on board. Both survived and sustained just minor injuries. The Coast Guard recovered both of them. Off the coast of Brantford, near the Thimble Islands, they were taken to a local hospital for treatment and for observation. I'm Daria Aldinger. This is Fox News.
I'm Janice Dean. Join me every Sunday as I focus on stories of hope and people who are truly rays of sunshine in their community and across the world.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcast.com.
PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
June 2nd, 1997. In Denver, a federal jury convicts Timothy McVeigh of murder and conspiracy in the Oklahoma City bombing. Marcia Kite is the mother of one of the 168 people killed in the blast at the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building.
The emotions have been building up for such a long time that just to hear that word, guilty.
McVeigh is executed 4 years later. 1953. Britain's Queen Elizabeth II is crowned in London's Westminster Abbey. The coronation takes place more than a year after the death of her father, King George VI. 1979, Pope John Paul II arrives in his native Poland on the first ever papal visit to a communist country. And 1941,
I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
in New York, baseball's iron horse, Lou Gehrig of the Yankees, dies of the degenerative disease that later carries his name. He was 37. Today in history, June 2nd. Camille Bohannon, The Associated Press.
Oh, right then.
This might come as a surprise.
I can't believe it. I know the music should be a lot lower now, and hopefully it is. I think some of the settings should be a little bit better now. Right? Okay, I can see it. It looks better. It looks better than it did before. And I'm not sure what we did differently, but we'll set it up differently anyway. But welcome back, everybody. It is Good Morning Marianas, and it is 8:39 in the morning. It is June 2nd. It is Monday, baby. Holy cow. The new week is here. And, we told you about that scholarship program that's available right now. Camera is facing the ceiling. Oh, no. Juan, that's okay. That was just for the news update. You should be good now. It was actually pointed at the floor. If there's something at the ceiling, I don't know what's going on, but it looks like it should be okay. But thanks, though, for the heads up. Appreciate it. Plenty. But anyway, we are back and we are rocking. It is the first show back in the studio since I first left last month, and it is great to be back. Tried a show in Washington, and it wasn't great. The feed was not good. The internet connection was not great at the hotel that we had when we were in Washington, D.C. But it's okay because we are back now. That's the important part. And then we were able to do the shows from Buffalo. I'll tell you what, though, that I think contributed to some of me not being having such a difficult time trying to adjust to the time difference. It was probably the hardest time I had adjusting to the time differences of all these trips that I may have taken all these years to get to Buffalo. This was the toughest one. I had a hard time getting adjusted and face it all the way back in. And I'm having a much easier time readjusting to everything here. I don't know. Some of it's the time zone. Some of it, I think, is just the dehydration from when you're flying because they dry you out. And the air over there in Buffalo, usually, we can get some pretty good humidity, but not when it's cold. Man, it was dry. I was sleeping with a space heater to try to keep it warm, too. Like, everything about it was just like, I could not get settled in. But maybe it's just because even though I was home, it was different. I think this was the first time, too. Everything looked a little different to me on this trip when I went back. Because I had been to Washington, D.C. before, but the last time I had been there was when I was a kid. Now, I know I flew through Washington once, and I got to go to the Smithsonian, and it was great. That was with my buddy Angelo about 4 years ago when I had a long layover. But this one was... it's cool to see the monuments and the buildings and the inner workings and everything as an adult, because I have a way better appreciation for it than I did when I was a kid. But going to Buffalo this time, I saw it differently. And, I was caught between a couple of different worlds, this is home. That's where I grew up, and that was home and everything. And I get it. And, here is home. Like, I have been here, it's like 23 years. It is a different place. Some of the things, like the neighborhoods, oh man, I'll tell you what though, the neighborhoods there, just like even the grass is softer. Like the grass is soft in your yard. The air, it smells like there's a cool crispness to the air that was really nice about being back there. That smell of home, that smell of the fresh cut grass, hearing it, the other lawnmowers off in the distance, everybody doing their suburban routines and all that stuff. It was great to be back there and to experience it, but it was, in fact, it was a different feel going back there this time. And, maybe because I'm so caught up, any other trip that I had taken before, I wasn't also rooted in what I had going on here. Like, I was free
for the most part. I didn't have to stay on top of anything. Like, I was still trying to get work done the whole time I was there, and trying to manage meetings, waking up at crazy hours to do meetings and stay up late or whatever. But I don't know. It made me wonder if there was a way to do something like this from there. But I couldn't do both. I couldn't do it for here from there consistently. I was able to pull it off, but it's not something I could do regularly on a daily thing, because one, I wouldn't be connected to the community. And if I were to do it there, it'd be weird, because there's so many different options that people have to get their information over there. People over there don't think about communication the way we do, because of the size of the island that we've got and the size of the community that we got and how interconnected that we are. People don't actually, good sign of getting old. That's right, Caleb. And they don't look at the processes the same way. For us here in the Marianas, I know we can complain about stuff, because, everybody can complain. But the difference is that we're bringing some solutions to it, or at least we have an idea, or at least we know who to talk to about doing it. I was having a conversation with my brother about like the zoning fees and like the not a right of way, but there was an easement for like drainage and all this other stuff. And we were talking about property taxes and what the process is for assessments, and how he was pissed off about, one thing or another. And I'm like, so why don't you talk to folks in your community and like change it? He's like, what do you mean change it? You can't change it. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, somebody had to come up with those rules in the first place and say, this is what we need. And then people are like, we agree, let's do this. Now that those rules have been in place for like how your taxes are assessed and everything like that, all right, so talk to enough people and say, hey, we should change the way we get our taxes assessed. We shouldn't be assessed property tax when, and that was the big issue, because we don't have property tax here in the Marianas, but they do over there. And you're not just paying taxes based on the size of your land or anything. You're paying based on the improvements that you put on it and everything. So basically what happens is you get penalized by paying a higher tax if you improve your property. And I think that sucks. And I think other people there would think it sucks too. Now, granted, that means they get a lot of money that go to the schools and everything else based on property tax. And again, I think that sucks, because you are improving your property for you to live in, but you have to pay property tax until you die, right? I mean, like, just when you retire, you don't stop paying property tax. That's what I was telling them. Like, if you think you own your house, you're wrong, because if you stop paying your taxes, they're going to take it. Even if you paid off your house, you're not going to own it. So that was my big thing on that, was that change it. Talk to the other folks in town. I mean, you got in the town that he lives in the village he lives in, they have their own town and village taxes page for the schools and everything. And the schools are outstanding. For public schools in Lancaster, they are amazing. Like the snootiest, most expensive private school here doesn't get the same amount of money for funding that my hometown school gets. I'm telling you, that school is amazing for a public school. This is a public school. It's got a track and field. It's got a football stadium, lacrosse field. It's got the baseball fields. It's got softball fields. It's got tennis courts. It's got an indoor pool, not a swimming pool, like a competition swimming pool. It's got a big theater inside, that seats everybody with nice plush seats. It's gorgeous. It's got 3 gyms. The main gymnasium for all the folks who are going in, like for the big games. Then you got a full-size gym that just doesn't have all the bleachers. And then you've got another gym that's just like for gymnastics and for wrestling and all that. And it's got a nice big library. And that is just when I went there. Oh, of course, and we have a whole theater program where, aside from having that big theater, on the other side of that hallway, the back side of that theater, you've got your band and your music room, and then you've got where your choir and all that part of the school. You've got a technical, like an NM Tech. You have that at my high school. It's not as NM Tech is NM Tech, right? But I mean, like, you have that whole technical side over there. That's where I took like architectural drawing classes and everything, design, drawing, production. I think. What else? Trying to think what else is fancy about it. But then you've got all those clubs and you've got sports teams, and everything is funded. All of that stuff is paid for, right? I mean, you as a student, you have to pay for your own instrument, right? Your parents have to buy it. Like for hockey, your parents have to buy your equipment, or you do. You have to get a jab. But you usually don't start out of the blue at high school and try hockey for the first time. But anyway, all those sports, they're all paid for. All that stuff's taken care of, and the big part of all that stuff, property tax. It's not a state tax. That's why, when you hear about a lot of these things that happen, like in the cities where they say their schools are underfunded and all that other stuff, well, they could be if they had a property tax and they kept up the properties and the jobs were there and people, the family units were together and all that other stuff. Well, out there in the fancy ass suburbs, they have all that stuff, and that's how it gets funded. They're not being cheated by the state. They're just getting more because the people who live in those communities are contributing more through the property tax. But if you want to change that as a resident of that town or that village, you can. And that's what I was trying to tell them, is that that's one of the differences of here and there. Like, I was interviewed for a book about 12 years ago, I think. And in that, when I gave that interview, I told them, I'm like, I actually think I'm a better American here in the Marianas than I ever was in the States, because I know more about where I'm from and where I'm living, and I know about the history of here so much more. I know all the elected officials. I know what they do. I know, like, how we can get things changed. And that should be something that every regular citizen of every place gets to know where they live. It'll help make them better citizens and help them feel more connected to their community. So I think that they could really get along a lot better. But I'll tell you, that property tax is a killer. And I would, if I was living there, that's one of the things I would try to push to change. Make your property tax be based on the land itself in that neighborhood. And if the land value, not the property, like the house and all those improvements and all that stuff, don't punish people for improving the house that they live in, right? But say, like, hey, here's all the plots of land if they have like a DPL over there, and then just say, hey, you got to pay this much amount for property tax, period. That's it. Make it as nice as you want, right? And that's it. I mean, you can't give people a benefit by letting their properties run down, let the property value go down, right? So I think that's it. And I think that would, everybody who has those places, they'd be on board for that. Everybody would be on board for that. Then you'd have people saying, well, how are we going to pay for this? All right, we'll figure out another way, but not based on property taxes. You want people to continue to be able to fix up their homes. You don't want them to be penalized for putting a coat of paint on their house, like out here, like Garapan, right? I would want it to be incentivized for folks. Yeah, I would want people to be incentivized for for making their houses look better. Travis says, careful with that. As it directly hurts farmers much more. See, now that's the thing, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the plot of land, you would pay based on how big the land is or something, right? Yeah, but I would think you'd have to do something else differently. Because I'm thinking about equity. Paying more on land based on how much land that you have, that seems like it makes sense to me, right? That just seems completely like it makes more sense. If you're going to pay more for the tax on your land if you have more land. Yes. And maybe that's it. Now, how do you help farmers not have to pay for that? Got to come up with something else, really. Maybe you pay based on, I mean, I don't know. Travis, why are you making it complicated? No, that's good. You got to take all those things into account. That's why I'll never be a good dictator. You got to listen to everybody. And so I would be a terrible dictator, because dictators don't have to listen to anybody. But that's it. Yeah, there's got to be a tricky thing on that, especially if I could come up with something else for that, though, even on the fly right now. that if you're contributing so much of your food to like the public schools, if you're a farmer, then you get X amount off. Deal, right? So that is compensation, a direct compensation off of that stuff. So it doesn't hit you with taxes and earnings and all that other stuff. I think that's it. We don't have it all. I don't have all those things figured out. But hey, I mean, we're already talking about Tina Azervan here. She's a tax expert. We can get her to figure that stuff out for us too. Yeah, the thing is not to penalize folks. Like I think that penalizing folks for that, for improving their property is the wrong way to go. You'd want to incentivize people to improve their properties because it makes all the other properties around it are better when you improve your property. And if everybody's doing that together, well, it can only get better. It's only gets nicer and nicer and nicer. So that's my take on it. But because they have little rules. Like I'll tell you, like inside the house, they didn't build a new wing on the house or anything like that. What they ended up doing, they expanded their kitchen within the same part of their house. They knocked out like what their dining room was, and they turned their dining room into an expanded part of the kitchen, but it's like an interactive kitchen. We got this massive island in this that doubles as a food preparation area and a guest seating area, and it's great. But they ended up getting socked with a big ass, that the value of their house is a whole lot more because they did that. Well, no kidding, because they made it better for them, right? Also, my brother and his wife, they both sell appliances in the same company, but in different locations. They have the best friggin' appliances at their house. I'm telling you, they have two stoves, like 2 ovens, right? Like a double, an oven and an oven. They also have an actual stove itself, right? Stovetop. They've got 2 dishwashers, one on either side of the sink. Oh my God. Oh, I'm telling you, they got it made. It's awesome. You say Alaska is doing it, paying people to live there. That's a great thing too, because you want to incentivize people to come back, because we lost a lot of folks over the last year and a half, maybe the last 2 years. Definitely. I remember when people were coming back during the pandemic because they were all freaked out because of all the crazy stuff that was happening in the States. You remember that? Petridge Farms remembers. I remember that, and that was a big deal. Hey, by the way, I just want to remind you guys, I know I've been on a roll this morning talking about a bunch of stuff, but it is great to have you guys on here. The show phone is open, 789-2323, 670-789-2323. I have not heard you guys in a long time, so feel free to give us a ring. I mean, you guys can call anytime anyway, but I love the idea when you guys call and spices it up a little bit when we hear about the things that are happening. From you guys directly. All right. Oh man, we are, I think, just a few hours away from hearing some new stuff. Okay, there you go. Got it. Thank you very much for that WhatsApp message. Appreciate it. I missed you guys, for real. I see it. It says power bill doesn't even allow us to use one stove here. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, so that's another thing that they have. So they have natural gas that we don't. I mean, I do after I eat at the hut, but it's not enough to really take care of the house. So like they have how we have gas stoves and ovens and stuff like that. They have and gas water heaters. They have that there too, but it's directly from the natural gas source in New York. You don't have to get a tank brought to your house. It is a line that goes to all the houses already. You just pay. It's just another one of your utilities. They have what they call NYSEG, New York State Electric and Gas, and that's it. Then they have their own water also. So you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So your power bill isn't as bad. You end up getting that. That's Tobot, by the way, not his wife. Yeah, well, that's great. You're using your wife's account. That's even better. Man, I'll tell you what, they're doing some work on this building. They started this work. They were doing work on this building for the bathrooms on the first floor before I left. They are still doing it. I'm sure they're getting paid by the hour. I'm guessing. I can't believe that they're so. I wonder if they've got GPPC doing the bathroom project here.
Because it's been a month and they're still going. By the way, April 16th came and went, and Beach Road's still not done. No, I remember last year when we were getting closer to Liberation Day, and they were hustling on the Garapan part of Beach Road so they can get it done in time for the Liberation Parade. They're still doing it. I saw them scraping up a road just the other day. They're still doing it. But you know what the good thing is, though? They're making them work on Sundays, because I saw those guys working yesterday. They are out there. They're still working on the drainage and everything. I saw them. They were in manholes, like trying to figure out, like, well, I don't know what they were doing, but they were in there half in, half out, trying to look like they're doing something. They are doing something. They were at least working on Sunday. So at least they're working 7 days a week to get that stuff done. Because, I mean, this is our, like, the pyramids didn't take as long as Beach Road. Brad, that's not fair. Okay, you're right. The pyramids did not. Pyramids took longer. I can say that for sure. All right. Hey, real quick, Buffalo Bills quarterback here. There we go. All right, Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen and actor Haley Steinfeld got married in California. That's right. So he might not have won a Super Bowl yet, but Josh Allen finally got his ring. He just did it in a different way. The date had been the worst kept secret, probably. But they finally did get married. They got married out there in California. They got a bunch of photos taken. Apparently, People Magazine's got a bunch of them, and that's great. So at least that's done. So let's see if Josh Allen can win a Super Bowl for the Buffalo Bills. And by the way, when I was in Buffalo, they were shooting a movie about the Buffalo Bills. It's going to be one of these Christmas movies for Hallmark. And by the way, it's Hallmark Stadium. And Josh Allen's going to be in it. Some of the Bills are going to be in it. And while my dad was in the hospital, the hospital that he's in is right next door to the Children's Hospital. It's called Oshai's Children's Hospital. And that's a building that Josh Allen has given a lot of money to. They named one of the wings after his grandmother. And so I saw them put up the sign that says, "Set this way." And they were shooting the movie that should be out this Christmas. I don't know the name of it. Tony Danza is supposed to be in it. Hold me close, Tony Danza. Okay, no, Tiny Dancer, Tony Danza. But it's going to be out this winter, and I just happened to see it and talk with some of the folks who are working on the set about it, and I'm looking forward to that. Chris Tobot says, did you see what the Dodgers did to the Stankies? The World Series wasn't a fluke. Man, yeah, hey, it's May. Well, it's June now. So, yeah, I did see that. But I'll tell you what, while baseball is happening right now, I am more interested in how many days left it is until the NFL resumes. That's my crack. That is my crack addiction right there. It's NFL. I'm a bigger fan of what's going on in the NFL in like 97 days from now than I am about what's happening with baseball right now. I'm sorry, baseball. I like it. I love it. But like Major League Baseball, I'm a bigger fan of the baseball that's happening here in Saipan. And I pay more attention to the baseball that's happening here in Saipan until it gets to the playoffs. Then I pay more attention. But I am excited. We're only a couple months away from getting ready to do our draft for fantasy football. And that's going to be, it's my highlight. I love that stuff. I'm a football guy. I like playing hockey, and I like watching football and baseball here locally, right? I mean, I think that's it. That kind of gets it all together. By the way, there's a sport, an indigenous sport in the mainland that should be the sport here. Not the only sport, but the Marianas would be so freaking badass at lacrosse. We can run, and we like to smack the crap out of people. Like, the sport of lacrosse should be introduced here and championed here. It would be amazing. I'm telling you, our athletes here are so badass. Again, our athletes can run, and they're physical, and it's great sport. And I think it would be monster here. And, you know, the Buffalo just won the national, the championship. It's not the world championship, but it's like they're the pro league for lacrosse. Buffalo just won the championship, and they did it for the third year in a row. And it happened while I was there. It's not because of me, you know. But that sport would be so good here. Now, I'm sure the soccer folks won't let us play at the soccer field, but you could easily do that over at the middle of the track field at Olei. You know, especially, and they're going to plan on expanding that place anyway, right? But that sport, and you don't need a whole lot of equipment. That's another reason why it's a good deal, right? So the goalies do, right? Because you're going to get peppered. You don't want to hurt. But lacrosse here would be something. And you could do that through different schools. I mean, you got the lacrosse sticks, you got the Indian rubber balls, you got the helmets with the cages, and you got gloves. I mean, that's pretty much all you need. And then you're good to go. And the goalies are going to wear more equipment. Lacrosse would be a big hit. And you'd be playing on a field that's about the size of like a soccer field or a football field. You could do it at any of the schools. You can absolutely do it. I think that should be it. Like, it wouldn't cost much more than what it would cost to do baseball. And it should be. It really caters to the kind of athletes that we have in throughout all the Pacific. Really, I mean, like, it would be a banging game for folks in FSM, for Palau, for Marshalls, for here, for Guam. I can't believe that it's never been introduced out here on a bigger scale, because it's so badass too. I mean, it's fun to watch. It's exciting. There's hitting, there's running, the back and forth of the transitions. It's such an outstanding game. Like, people here would watch it because there's nothing boring about it. It is nonstop, hacking the crap out of people. Let me see if I can't find something real quick. Bandits lacrosse. It's the Buffalo Bandits. There you go. These are the highlights from the National Lacrosse League. Let's see if I could do this with you guys and show you a little bit about it. If you're not used to it. All right, so this is indoor lacrosse. It's different, right? So, and if I'm going to be sharing the screen like that, I got to... sorry, hold on one sec. I'm covering up too much of the screen with me. There. So this is indoor lacrosse, which is, the sport is the same, but it's a little bit more compact, right? Because they're playing in indoors, but the outdoor field is bigger, but the action is the same. You can't pass it off the boards, though, right? Because you just run out of bounds. But, I mean, this is it. And come on, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Well, I'm not sure why it's not, but it did. But anyhow, let's see if I can't make that come back here a little bit. But the game itself is just awesome. What are you doing? Oh, it's just YouTube, I think, that froze up. Well, hopefully, at least you got the gist of it. There we go, right? Do I have too much going on? Is that what's happening? Do I have too much happening on the screen? Because I can easily take care of that. Let me just close out a couple things. We're not going to stay on this for too long, but I'm telling you, this is, I believe this is the sport for us. It is really great. Here, how about now? No? Let me just refresh it. All right, there we go. Yeah, so you see the equipment that they've got. It doesn't even look like they're wearing shoulder pads or anything. It looks like they just got some gloves and they got their sticks, right, and their helmets.
Everything else is just a uniform. The goalkeepers, though, you see they got stuff. They got the full-on shoulder pads, elbow pads. They got the goalie pads on their legs, and they got the hockey pants on, essentially. And so they're pretty well decked out. These other guys, look at the hack the crap out of each other. This is a game, and our guys here are so creative that they would be awesome at this. So so they started this sport in my school the year after I left, because all of us on the hockey team want to play, and we're looking forward to it. And but man, like this in the CNMI would be great. Again, we're watching the indoor one, so it's a lot shorter, and it's more confined and all that stuff. But the outdoor game would be a big hit here too. I mean, look at all that, the creativity, the explosiveness, the physicality. Like, it suits. Like, this is a game that's well suited for our athletes here, and throughout all of Micronesia. Like, really, our Oceania, this would be a great sport for us. And I think we dominate. I mean, I think you take our teams from here and you bring them out to the mainland, and I think, again, we dominate. Again, that because of the creativity and the athleticism. Anyway, but this is the sport that I think would be awesome. So, anyway, I hear there may be a move to do some indoor sports here. Look, here's a breakaway. Nice passing. Yeah, and I didn't watch any of this when I was there. All these games were taking place when my dad was doing the hospital stuff. I was downtown, so I saw a lot of it, but I didn't actually. I saw what the city looked like with all the balloons up and all the signs and everything like that. And again, Buffalo was the 2-time defending champion, so they ended up winning this game and became like their three-peat. I don't think they're allowed to call them three-peats. I think Pat Riley copyrighted that. Yep. But imagine this. And they do this on the dirt, too. Or not on the dirt, but like outside on the grass field. In Olei, they could do that. I just think we would be awesome. All right. Well, I think I'm lacrossing you to death, so I'll leave it at that. But that seems like a no-brainer to me for us to be able to do that. And especially because, again, it's not like an expensive thing to get going. You see, those nets aren't that big. The field is going to be the only thing. And we're going to be able to do that at any of the schools has that kind of land. I mean, I know they're going to be building like a new, like, technical education area over at MHS, but like they could even probably play that kind of thing indoor in the gym if they wanted to. And in fact, that might even be more exciting, especially for the people who are there and going to get peppered by that ball. So maybe not a good idea. But outside, there's space on every campus for them to be able to do that. And MHS, even if they had a little bit tight quarters, they could just play over there at the soccer field, or the middle of the track and field. So, again, that's just one of my things bringing back. That's what I think would be awesome out here. And it'd be great to just bring another sport to get people excited about it. And something that doesn't cost $1 million to do. By the way, guys, I keep looking at my WhatsApp for what I know is coming today. There's something coming today. And I'm kind of excited about it. And I'm excited to break this to you guys when it's official. And it's just not there yet. Hey, speaking of things that are official, though, I can show you this. Hold on, let me make it a little bit bigger so you guys can see it. Taken out of context, maybe not the best sentence. But here we go. This was on Friday. Again, I'm playing a lot of catch up here. The FAC. That fucking charge is lower. I mean, it starts with a number 1 instead of a number 2. That's a big deal. That started effective yesterday. So now your CUC rates are going to be a lot. Well, hopefully you'll feel it as a lot less than you used to now. Now that it's going to be like 0.19706 as opposed to 0.2 blah, 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 blah. And by the way, that 0.2 something has been a lot higher for the NMI too. So we're kind of in a nice little lull right now for the fuel adjustment charge. And I don't know if we're going to be able to, how long we'll be able to enjoy that, but at least we're doing it now. So hooray for applesauce. But let's see if it makes a big difference. I saw a whole bunch of things happening about CUC when I was gone. Governor stepping up, going into the meetings. And man, I'll tell you, Cobray's got the best idea, because we're continuing to pay the fuel adjustment charge based not just on current debt, it's about old ass debt that we might never get back. And we're always going to be paying that off. So hopefully we sell that debt off to some collection company and let them deal with it and recover it and wipe that off of our books for now and take as much of it as we can so they can really reduce our fuel adjustment charge instead of paying based on all that old stuff. That's our precinct 1 guy. Cobray's got it. He's got the right plan for that. I don't want them to make arbitrary decisions on our pricing. I want them to do the smart stuff, and that's smart stuff for them to wipe that off of the books by handing it off to a collection company to get whatever they can get and take it off of the fuel adjustment charge calculation. Yeah, if all of a sudden that $30 million comes off of the FAC as water under the bridge, you're going to see a big difference. That's right. But then you got to make sure you hold them accountable after that. So, all right, guys. Well, it's 9:15 in the morning. We're going to wrap up here pretty soon. It's been great to be back here. Holy cow. Back in the studio. I can't believe it. It's so surreal. This week, we're gonna slowly talk about all the stuff that we ended up doing and where we ended up going, and then continue talking about everything that's happening here in the Marianas. Whew, man, I missed out on all the good stuff with Taste of the Marianas with that trip. But I know that was an amazing event every weekend, all month long. We'll see what June's got in store for us. We'll see what July's got in store for us for Liberation as well. And holy cow, man. I just traveled around the world and couldn't be happier to be back home with you guys. Back here with the fam, back with our friends, back in a place where we can actually make a difference. You can make a difference with everything that's happening here. And it all starts with you. All right? Thanks for joining us again this morning for Good Morning Marianas. We'll be back again tomorrow morning, and we'll be back with more news updates throughout the day as things are happening. Please, this does not work without you guys. Please continue to send us information about what's going on with your events, with your organizations, with your government offices, with your private companies. Let us know what's happening, because if you don't let us know, we can't let everybody else know. And man, my goodness, we are going to be doing a lot of letting everybody know about different things that are happening. Especially there's a lot going on with this Tinian stable coin, and they changed it. Now they're calling it the Marianas US dollar. That's going to be a big deal, because that's not just Tinian anymore. That sounds like the whole CNMI, and maybe not everybody's down for that. And you're going to hear more about these folks here in a little bit. We're going to be talking we're going to try to hear more about those folks who are involved in all that, more about their history, more about their background. Who are these guys? And let them talk more about this whole product. Also, we got good folks in doing good things for us who are teaching up at the college. That's right. We got Yanni Burrell, who's one of the professors up there, was just on a podcast called All Across America. We're going to feature that with us over here. I can't wait to let you guys hear about that as well. I just got emails from the podcast host, Marco, and he's the chair of the languages, Yanni Burrell. He's the chair of the Languages and Humanities Department at NMC, and he's also the editor of the book Marianas Mosaic, Signs and Shifts in Contemporary Island Life. And he's been on that podcast. It was about an hour long podcast. And we're going to put that together for you guys here too. And it's good to be back. It's great to see you guys. I think we'll wrap it up. Call it a day.
thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for your messages. Please, if you haven't already, follow us over here on the NMI News Service. Give us a follow over there on the NMI News Service on Instagram. And subscribe to us on the YouTube, please. We're trying to get those numbers up. We're going to end up doing a lot more things over there as well. And because the way things are changing on social media, it might be a good idea for us to get a little heavier on the YouTube side. So keep that in mind. So please subscribe to us over there. You'll be able to see every time we pop something up. All right, guys, that's what we got for you today. Thanks for tuning in. It's been awesome. Holy crap. It's a real work day. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning.
Good morning, Marianas. So many things we gotta discuss. Happy day, Tirawamian greetings. To Rhoda, Guam, Saipan, and Tinian. For all your island news. From a beautiful place with Pacific views. It's always so much fun. Oh. Good morning, Marianas.
You owned your car for 4 years. You named it Brad. You loved Brad. And then you totaled him. You two had been through everything together. 2 boyfriends, 3 jobs. You're like, nothing can replace Brad. Then Liberty Mutual calls. And you break into your happy dance.
If you sign up for Better Car Replacement, we'll pay for a car that's a model year newer with 15,000 fewer miles than your old one. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.